Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik, and this is a game War in the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my PBEM match against AsuRob, his allied commander from the Empire of Japan. Scenario 50, a mod game, and game version 26B. So, 14th January 42, now 6 weeks more or less in the war. And I was nearly able to take Singapore last turn, and I have some reaction southwest of Colombo in the ocean, and I intercept here the enemy cruiser formation. This is a light carrier. This is a carrier, I think, in this mod. It is a cruiser. It's hard to say, but yeah, this cruiser have, I think, 3 triple turrets, so 9 6-inch guns. But it is also can carry, I think, 10 aircraft or something like this. So I don't know how you would call it, scout cruiser or something like a light carrier with a lot of firepower. Good, and because this is a night engagement with 1000 yards, I can get here a lot of torpedoes early on in the enemy. So this is a surprise attack, maybe. I'm not so much sure. At the beginning of the war battle there was maybe some information about this. I have here also one battleship. These are still not the task forces I would normally create, but so early in the war I have no time to really prepare my best setups, so I only put together what is possible. I mean, AsuRob also have maybe not the choice, and he throw together what is available for him. So I can see here at least 2 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruiser carrier, and a bunch of destroyers. I have here torpedo boats, destroyers, 1 battleship. This is an old style battleship, and 1 heavy cruiser. And Tone is one of these heavy scout cruisers carrying 5 airplanes. But this is a night engagement. And this is, of course, maybe what the Japanese always was hoping for. Night engagement, close range, surprising the enemy, and using their much better torpedoes to inflict a lot of damage to the enemy capital ships. So, battle is already over. It was not that I wiped out the enemy completely. I took some damage, and one of my torpedo boats is heavy fire, and I guess this torpedo boat will maybe be lost. But on the other hand, I was able to sink the enemy light cruiser Enterprise. I more or less crippled Charlotte, this scout light carrier. In Pensacola got also torpedo hit, what is crippling. Plus 1 destroyer is dead. So that was some good night action. And so that was only the first battle. The enemy escaped, but I can catch on or up again. And Exeter is now also burning already. So my battleship get here 3-4 hits plus a torpedo in the enemy heavy cruisers. And the destroyer Kingston is also now burning. At least should burn, but won't burn. Lawrence also looks more fine. Yamashiro really is able to inflict heavy casualties on the enemy fleet on his own. And more torpedoes. Exeter is going down, Sanders is going down. And Penascota looks dead fish. If you have so many hits in so short time, then the ship has simply no engine power more, and yeah, sitting duck. So Penascota is also going down. All the heavy units are now dead or crippled. The enemy destroyer is trying to inflict damage on Yamashiro, but with the guns, this is hard to do. It looks like the whole enemy task force is going down. And torpedo hit. I think it was torpedo hit on Yamashiro. I'm not more sure. Oh no, there was a torpedo hit on my destroyer. Yeah, so at the end I also lose here one destroyer. But I mean, I changed one destroyer for 3-4 capital ships plus the same amount of destroyers, so it is at least a kill ratio of 10-1. And yeah, it's of course a little unlucky to lose the destroyer so late in the battle, but I have to accept this. And I have also one destroyer is here burning heavily, and my torpedo boat is not well. Still, I would guess that 2 or 3 destroyers are better, or investment I can take. Or I would say this battle is still a victory for me, at least. So Yamashiro tanks this torpedo. I guess that is not an issue. 2-3 destroy torpedoes, then I would have trouble. Losing here one destroyer again. This is happen in every game I have. Fine, the destroyer is fine getting one torpedo hit and then it's immediately dead. So of course, a destroyer cannot tank a torpedo normally. But yeah, and I was able to destroy 2 heavy cruisers, 2 destroyers. King is heavy fires. Kingston maybe can survive this. So some night battle. So this game really have everything: air battles, navy battles, and land combat, and night bombardments. Test the water delay. There's maybe an enemy engineer brigade. And there was a daytime reaction. But no battle. So there are many ships around Ceylon. I expected here originally to intercept maybe some troop convoy and not this really task force. And the problem is, west of Ceylon is of course very near to Allied reinforcements, and for me it is far to return to Singapore, and Singapore is not even under control for me so far. Tja, first some counterattacks in China. And Catalina's trying the luck in Ambon, but nothing to find here. At least no glory. And the British are bombing empty airfields. Oh, fighter bombers. Some Buffalo fighter bombers sweeping, but no luck today. And B-17's attacking Bangkok. But this is long range, so bomb load is reduced. And they have here a carrier strike. And I find this lonely carrier. So maybe this is the other ship. There was before a crew mine tender, and this is now a mine layer. And I take it out. Good. And I also have here my carrier support unit making attack for Suva. Luckily there's no enemy cap. And this was the corvette crippled my submarine yesterday. And I can destroy all of these cargo ships. Fine. Enemy convoy destroyed, but maybe only supplies or no one here. And now it's a counterattack. This looks like out of Suva airbase, some Wildcats and DB2, the Dauntless dive bombers. Could be dangerous, so let's play this a little. So my Zero's trying to defeat the enemy escorts, but the Wildcats are a little tough. So I can only damage, but not really kill them. And let's see what happened at the end. All dive bombers can penetrate. So they have now a 3-1 against my carriers. And I get 1,000 pound hit on my light carrier. That is not so good. 1 hit on Shukaku. 2 hits. Escort carrier get also a bomb hit, or even 2. But not more. And at the end I have here only 1 ship on heavy fire. Ooh, not good, of course. So my surface fleet was successful in Indian Ocean, but my carrier fleet at Fiji had to suffer. Ground attack. And some Dutch long-range flying boats trying to attack here, but I have local cap. No way, no chance. And in the morning they sunk the cruiser mine layer, and this is now the mine tender. So both ships here, the northeast Australian coast, are now destroyed. Nothing really important, but it will give pressure to AsuRob so that he know the passage northeast of Australia connecting to Darwin is closed. At least it is very heavy, risky for him to operate anything. And I also try to get here everything of the ships. So I reached Nadi. My troop convoys was not intercepted. That is the positive. My carriers tank all the damage. And the Allies losing more and more equipment and manpower. One more unit is defeated here. Little bombardment. In the next battle for Singapore. Units are dying. And Singapore is captured.
This is your #1 enemy, Orphan Anne, from Radio Tokyo, with another blow to your morale and some music to console you. Today, the imperial government announced that the ever-victorious forces of the Japanese Empire have captured Singapore.
Good. And there was still some air forces, maybe damaged, left behind. Not a great number, but equipment. More disabled for me, but tons of destroyed now for the Allies. Fine, fine. And the next battle for Bataan. I can again reduce the enemy fort level. Similar situation. For me, tons of disabled. For the Allies, more and more getting destroyed. Dutch holding here once more. And my Navy Guard units are testing the water at Nadi. So there's some enemy New Zealand troops. Not too much equipment, but maybe too much for only the Navy Guards. Luckily I have a assault division right behind, so in 1 or 2 turns I get enough firepower to take Nadi. If there's not more waiting at Suva, I can take over Fiji in 1 or 2, well, let's say in 1 week maybe. But most important is how much I lost really now in India Ocean this turn, or will lose with ongoing firefighting, and how is my carriers at Fiji. Overall, I would still say it was a successful turn because I also take over Singapore. Air losses are high for the Allies, 46-1, so there was bomb hits on my carriers, but Rob is paying with aircraft. Again, this is for me. I lost here only one torpedo bomber, and the Allies had a lot of equipment destroyed. Buffaloes are now all in Singapore. Seagulls are going down with cruisers. Walrus also with the cruisers. But this was the escort Wildcats attacking my carriers, and I was able to inflict heavy casualties to the enemy escort. But I was not able to reach the enemy dive bomber, so for me, there's now a lot of stuff destroyed in Singapore. Singapore was under construction. I also destroyed these cargo ships. And for some reason the game don't really... no, this is only because I scrolled down. And there was also one destroyer here on. But if I maybe move it like this. So Pensacola, Exeter and Enterprise all sunk. And there was also this... carrier, the carrier was only heavy damage, heavy fire. So maybe it survived. And for me, I lost yesterday a good destroyer. Was this turn. So there was one British destroyer simply throw his torpedoes in the water and they get a lucky hit. And this is a first class destroyer. Very pity to lose this kind of ship. Even in the mod, I have never enough ships. Good. Still, if I lose here only one ship with 8 points and the Allies lost 2-3 cruisers plus a light carrier and other equipment, I would say it's a victory. But this is maybe not the full story. So in China there were some battles, but nothing really important. Important was the battle here today for Singapore. I took the base, and interesting would be now how much is the damage, and it's very light. That is acceptable. That is 3 out of 35, or you can also say 5 out of 50 light damage to the infrastructure. And if we are here, we can also check India Ocean. So I split I don't know, there's still this task force in Adu. I don't know if it's maybe a bug or this is only a old shadow information. It's not upgrading. Maybe there is nothing here. This is why I cannot intercept this. This is Charlotte. I mean, maybe this is Charlotte, but this is a light carrier. 2 more ships, and here 2 more. So I don't know what is this. I can only say I have here 1 more hunter group, and this is a fast hunter group because the cruise speed is 5. So these are 2 battle cruisers plus fast destroyers. All of the ships have a cruise speed of 15, so they can really run with normal speed around the map. This is a task force, and this is my torpedo boat, and it's lost. The fire is out of control, so I lost my destroyer and I also lose this torpedo boat. Losing a torpedo boat, I mean, is not so critical for me. And here is also the rest of my task force. Yamashiro got this torpedo hit. Some flotation damage, but nothing critical. And the destroyer got a 4.7 inch. This is, I think, also 120 millimeter. And this one also get a hit. But 1 or 2 hits are not enough to really cripple the destroyer. So overall, I can say I killed 4 destroyer and 4 heavy capital ships in Indian Ocean, and I lost 1 torpedo boat and 1 destroyer. That is positive outcome for me. Maybe here's something more. And Congo is also here. For some reason, maybe there's ops losses. I don't know why. Now it's okay. So this is also fast reaction task force with a cruise speed of 5. So maybe I will try to get this 2 guys together and then intercept here maybe the damage retreating forces to finish them before they reach the range of Colombo. Normally range of 7 or 8 is torpedo range. So these 2 task forces are risky for me to intercept, but maybe I can catch this one. We will see. So everything fine. For some reason, I don't know, maybe with weather, but here's clear sky. Moderate rain, partly clouded. My carriers simply don't attack these 2 task forces. They're moving east, so I don't know why, but maybe this is also wrong information. Now we're coming to the not so successful operation. I mean, my cap was able to inflict heavy casualties to the enemy fighter force, and I was also able to unload all of my Navy Guard units. This is successful. And Shukaku tanks a 1,000 pound bomb. Very relatively light system damage, but no major damage. Similar here. Also fine. And my escort carrier got, I think, 2 bomb hits, and for some reason, maybe one was simply a dud, or not really inflict a lot of damage. This looks more like 1 bomb hit, not 2 bomb hits. So I would say there's no fire, there's no real critical damage. With this kind of damage, I can stay here a little longer. And because I killed so many enemy fighters, I guess the next attack have not enough escorts so that I can maybe wipe out the enemy dive bombers before they even hitting me. Because I need 1 or 2 more turns to unload here my attack division. And I need local cover. And the problem is I don't trust my Navy Guard units to take over the base, or I could simply put here some aircraft in the base because he is already airfield of level 1. So I have to risk here my carriers 1 or 2 more days and see and hope that there's nothing stronger coming to sink my ships. We will see. Take care. Bye bye.